Hey everyone, happy Friday. Happy Friday. Come on in, come on in. So I hope you guys had a great week. It's Friday, it's the weekend. Hi. Hey KJ, happy Friday. Hey Mike B, happy Friday. Good to see you guys. How are you guys doing? You guys having a great day today? So it's the weekend and I decided to pull up today and have story time with you guys. You tired? I'm sorry, boo. I'm sorry. But you get to rest a little bit the weekend, right? Don't you get to rest a little bit? I know you streaming in the morning, and I know you have church on Sunday, but hopefully you get some rest, you know. So hopefully you get that rest time in. Yeah, it's still raining here. It is still raining. And it's gonna turn to ice tonight because it's already 36 degrees. So all this rain that we getting through midnight is gonna turn to ice. Oh, you could keep the snow, might be. North of me, it's snowing. So like just south of Atlanta in LaGrange and going north, it's snowing. But all we got was rain. So I'm a little happy with that. I can roll with that. Yeah. So we're gonna do story time tonight, and we're gonna continue with our book. Um, Hold on a second here. So we're gonna continue with our book, Breathless, and hey, over it. Welcome in, love. Welcome in. So we're gonna continue with our book. How you doing today, over it? So we're in chapter 13 now, and Destiny is still our narrator. And Destiny just had a conversation with her son um, about Monty Jr. about if it's okay with him that she dates Jacob, and Monty Sr. He left in a huff. So that's where we are now. I'm doing okay. I took a very late nap. And I don't take late naps. But I did end up taking a very late nap. But I'm doing all right. I am making it. So, chapter 13, Destiny, is titled Bridled Passion. So that's where we are. And like I said, Destiny is still our narrator. Um, I don't know if you guys are going to get any steamy scenes tonight. So we'll just uh, take it and see what happens. I normally listen to the audio copy before I stream, and then I kind of know where we're going, but I didn't do that today. I went to sleep. I told you, over it. That's a redemption, man. Hey, Rod, welcome in. I didn't say that. You must be talking about over it wants to be nasty. Yeah, that's a redemption now. She got to spend some channel points on that. I love you, over it. Rock Rock wants to be nasty. uh. I see you, Rock. So y'all may not have no nasty stuff tonight. I don't know. We have to play it by ear and see what happens. That ain't deep enough. It ain't my voice. Y'all not getting my voice on there. I let KJ find y'all another voice. That's his job. I let KJ do it. Or you could do it, Rock. You could find one. But it's not going to be mine. I'm just saying. So, chapter 13, Destiny. Jacob decided that we needed to plan another day out where the kids could just be themselves and continue to get to know him better. I was all for the idea of another family day out. He picked us up right on time. I opened the door and pulled him into a kiss. Ew, Montana said. I pulled away and turned to see her watching us with one hand over her mouth. Jacob laughed, with his hand resting against his chest. Go get your brother, I said, and she bounded out of the foyer and headed to find Junior. I turned to Jacob and grinned. Are you sure you know what you're getting yourself into? No, Rock. No, Rock. We're not using mine. Hey, Vinyl Touch. Welcome in. Welcome in, Vinyl Touch. They already acting up, Vinyl Touch. They are already acting up. You're not getting mine. You could find another one you like and send it to me, and I'll change it, but you're not getting mine. That's out of the question, Rod. Yeah, you're right, Vinyl Touch. Sometimes they behave. Sometimes. It ain't often, but sometimes they do. I'm making them act up, might be. I'm not doing anything. I'm not even reading the nasty part in the book. It's a clean part with the kids. I'm just saying. I think I can handle it. He leaned in, brushing another kiss against my lips. I smiled to myself, knowing he could handle us. We pulled from the kiss just as my kids came back to the door. Are you both ready to go bowling?
Tell me if you're ready. I was playing nice. We can change the setting. We can get petty. We can get petty. Yeah.
Mike, if we get to it, we get to it. If we don't, we don't. I'm here for the story. I am just a little bit bougie, Rock, but that don't have anything to do with anything. What does me being bougie have to do with anything that you asked for? Absolutely nothing. I'm just saying. I said what in my nasty voice? Might be. I'm going to put you in timeout today. They clapped with enthusiasm. I smiled gratefully, looking at him. He held open the door as we headed out of the house. I locked the door and headed to my car. Uh-oh. Oh, okay. Yeah. Let's take my vehicle. It already has car seats in them. No. Well, take my car. I had two car seats delivered and put them in for them. No, what? I said when he opened the door. There were two all black car seats in the back of his black on black Bentley SUV. Junior got in the booster seat while Jacob buckled in Montana. I couldn't have asked for anything more as I laughed at him struggling to buckle her in. He pulled away and closed the door looking at me. What? He asked, intrigued. Isn't too isn't too easy, is it? He shook his head. Give me some time. I'm sure I'll get used to it. I smiled. I'm sure you will. He got into the driver's side and we headed toward the bowling alley. I heard Junior and Montana talking to each other, not sure about what. I glanced in the rearview mirror and watched them, but didn't interrupt. I glanced at Jacob and he was smiling at me. I'm glad you're doing this, I told him. He reached over and grabbed my hand, holding it tightly. Me too. He spoke with a pleasing smile. When he parked, we got out of the car and grabbed one of the we when he parked, we got out of the car and each grabbed one of the kids. Their eyes got big as they looked at the large building. Ever been bowling before, Junior? Junior shook his head but did not break his gaze from the building. Jacob grabbed my hand and we held hands going into the bowling alley. When I walked in the direction of the counter so we could pay, Jacob said, "Everything has been taken care of. I rented the entire alley for us today. Lunch will be served in a couple of hours." He rented the entire bowling alley just for the four of them. The entire bowling alley. See, I'm like, wow. At least I won't have to worry about no screaming kids. Hold on a second, y'all. Okay. But yeah, he rented the entire bowling alley for them. Wow. You did that before, Rock? The entire bowling alley? Not just one lane? um, Jacob, you didn't have to do that. We could have. I began, but he touched my hand and smiled. I got this, babe. I'm going to give you the best of everything, so get used to it. He winked at me and led us to alley number alley number 3. Besides, this day is about us. I didn't want anyone else to be in here. It was the alley behind the bowling alley. See? See, that's why I can't trust you, Rock. See, that's why I can't trust you, sir. That is why, Rock, I cannot trust you. The alley behind the alley. You used the softball and bottles. Wow. Okay, Rock. Get your boy over it. Get your boy over it. My heart swelled with his words. In that moment, I felt like royalty. It had only been a few months, but we were already doing more than my ex had done with us as a family. I'll go get our shoes, Jacob. Ask for the ones I ordered for us, he said as I walked away. I grabbed the shoes for everyone and came back to our lane. I put new shoes on Montana, and he helped Junior by tying his shoes. What did I just say? Um. Oh, wait a minute. I skipped something. You know, we could have worn the shoes from the alley. You didn't have to order new ones for us, I told him as I laced my shoes. What did I just say? He asked, shaking his head as he typed in our names into the computer. You're right, I relented, knowing I was in for quite a few surprises with Mr. Turner. His expression looked serious as he looked between the kids. Okay, the object of the game is to win. We are playing boys versus girls. Yes, Junior yelled, giving Jacob a high five. He then turned to us, and there was a new light in his expression. Mommy, you both don't stand a chance. That's right, boys versus girls. Y'all already know who won, so we could skip that part, right? Because y'all already know. I crossed my arms. Those are fighting words, I told Junior. Jacob laughed as our eyes met. Thank you, I mouthed the words. He nodded and turned back to Junior. Let me show you how to do this, he spoke, picking up the light ball, staying right here. Junior did as he was told, and Jacob stood next to him. Put the ball down and roll it as hard as you can. Now you try. He put the ball down in front of Junior and watched as he rolled the ball. It went toward the gutter a few times, but the bumpers knocked it back out. The ball got to the end, knocking down several pins. Y'all, I'm not gonna lie. I might need some bumper guards if I went bowling today. I might need some bumper guards. Because it's been a minute. All my balls might go in the gutter. Y'all gonna be like, who team she on? I'm just saying. All mine might go in the gutter. You know, I have to get used to bowling. By game 2, I'll be on it. I like bowling, but I just haven't done it. I don't want to be on Jazzy Lou team. I don't want to be on Jazzy's team. Why are you gonna put me with Jazzy? That's not nice. That's not nice. I might surprise y'all. You know, I practice. I go the week before and start practicing. Whatever it might be. Excuse me. Great job, buddy, Jacob said as they high-fived again. You get one more roll. Again, he rolled the ball, knocking down the other 3 pins. Junior started jumping up and down. Yes. He turned to me, and his grin was huge. Mommy, did you see that? I nodded. I did. Great job. I was beaming with pride as I looked at Jacob. I saw that he was also happy with the exchange. Great job, he said. Thank you, Junior said, throwing his arms around Jacob. I had wanted the day to go well, but it was already so much better than I had anticipated. You're welcome, Jacob said. Junior went and sat down, glanced at me, and I swore I saw a few tears in his green eyes. I appreciated the guy I was lucky enough to find. Now it's your turn, Montana, he said, as she cautiously walked toward him. He had already grabbed the silver slide that helped little ones guide their ball. She looked at it like she didn't know what to make of it. He placed her ball on top of it. Here, I'll help you. He grabbed her hand and put it on the ball. With a slight push, he guided it down the slide and onto the lane. I didn't know they had that. I did not know they had something to help guide the ball for the little ones. I know about the bumper guards, but I didn't know that they had like a slide to help guide the balls. Who knew? Who knew? Learn something every day. Her eyes were big when she turned around and looked at me. She then looked back down at the pins, and half of them fell down. She jumped up with enthusiasm. Mommy, Mommy, she yelled. I chuckled. I see it, sweetie. She rolled it again, knocking down 2 more pins. She seemed every bit as pleased. It was then my turn. I walked up to the lane and removed the tool that Montana had used. Need some coaching? Jacob asked with a wink. I could stand behind you and guide it in. Why that sound like something that Rock would say? Over it. That's what Rock gonna whisper in your ear. I could stand behind and guide it in. I could hear Rock saying that to you. I shook my head, step back and watch how it's done. The woman knows how to trash talk. What? What are you wowing me for, Rock? What are you wowing me for? I'm just saying. I can hear you saying that. You know. The woman knows how to trash talk. He glanced over me and I rolled my eyes, turning on my heels and rolling the ball. It went down the lane and knocked all the pins down. He nodded, seemingly impressed. Not bad. You're a shy guy, Rock? No, I don't buy that one bit, Rock. Not one bit. Bring it, I teased. I looked at Montana and Junior and they were smiling. I knew that things were going to work out just fine. We should do that again sometime, I said, putting Montana in a high chair and glancing at Jacob. He rolled his eyes and looked at Junior. You better get used to women bragging. They win one little game, and that's all they will dwell on. I laughed, seeing Junior nodding his understanding. Mommy, can't you just let it go? Just like a man. I want you to let it go when they win. When you win, but when they win, they will not stop talking about it. I playfully glared at Jacob. Okay, you're right. I'll drop it. I looked over at Montana and she was clapping. We win, she spoke while clapping. I can't make any guarantee about Montana, though, I said with a laugh. Junior groaned and I took a swig of my soda. The waitress soon came to our table and brought our lunch. This was a lot of fun, Junior spoke. I'm glad you enjoyed it, Jacob replied, looking pleased. Junior seemed to be thinking for a while and then looked up at Jacob. Don't you want your own kids? He asked. Right? Might be. That's what I'm trying to figure out. When did that happen? When did that happen? Yeah, okay. Monty Jr., I scolded, embarrassed that he asked that question. Jacob put up his hand to quiet me. He he then glanced at Junior and smiled. I love kids, and I would be blessed to have some one day. I just never was lucky enough to find the right woman to have my kids. He hesitated, looking in my direction. My eyes were focused on him. I didn't realize how anxious I was to hear his answer. He then turned to Junior and raised an eyebrow. You'll understand one day, buddy. Junior nodded, reaching across the table, grabbing a crayon. Montana and Junior got lost in coloring a picture. Might be that is why you're not a virgin. You're not a virgin and you're not innocent, sir. That part over it. That part. I'm just saying. That part. You're amazing, Jacob, I whispered. They make it easy, Jacob said, as he reached under the table and intertwined his fingers with mine. He moved closer to me. He kissed my neck, and we went back to watching them color. The food eventually came, and we all began eating. He likes to lie. That's his second job to DJing. Well, we don't like liars, so Rock needs to stop telling that fib. The conversation was an easy one, with Julian monopolizing most of the topics. Jacob was on every wavelength with my son, and I totally loved that part. Jacob had their approval and mine. Jacob walked us back to the front door at the end of our family date. When I unlocked the door and stepped inside, I turned to my children and asked, Hey, how about a movie? Yeah, they replied, running into the living room. I held up my finger and left Jacob standing there so that I could put a movie on for them. It took them 5 minutes to pick out a movie, with Junior having the most say. I put the movie in the DVD player and then went back out to the foyer. I wrapped my arms around him. I don't want you to go, I said. He nodded. I know, babe, but it's for the best. We don't want to confuse them. I love the fact that he took their feelings into account. I looked down at the floor, but then felt his finger under my chin. Chin up, beautiful. The next time the kids are with their father, we'll spend time together. I promise you that. I nodded, then felt his lips press against mine and his tongue take over my mouth. As we stood in that position, I felt his hand on my back, slowly inching up my shirt. I knew that was a sign of what we both wished could take place. He then removed the hand from under my shirt and slowly pulled from my embrace. I groaned, feeling a letdown. I better go, he whispered. Yeah, you're right, I said. I couldn't hide my disappointment, no matter how hard I tried. He likes to lie to us. Might be, don't tell them. They're starting to believe me. I was not starting to believe you, Rock. And no, over it. That's not here we go. That was it. That was it. He left. You act over it. You be acting like you don't be ready for the steamy stuff. You act like you don't be ready. I'm just saying, you be acting like you don't be ready now, ma'am. So that was the end of chapter 13. We are now in chapter 14. And chapter 14 is Jacob is our narrator. And Jacob is going back to Miami. So Jacob is making a trip back to Miami. Oh, so not while Rock is here? You like it when Rock is not here. Is that what you're saying? It's not about to get nasty. I don't think. Let me look. Let me skim the chapter real quick. Uh, nope, not this chapter. um, we got a little bit before we get nasty. We got a little bit. I don't think we're gonna do nasty tonight, y'all. Yeah, I don't think we're doing nasty tonight. It might be some implied stuff. I can improvise. Don't go nowhere, Rock. I actually have something for you guys. Oh, it is 8:30. I can show it. So I do have something for you guys before I go into this next chapter. See, I do have something for you guys. So I hope you guys like it. Here we go. It's nasty too, y'all. It's nasty. Hold on a second. Or is it? Wait a minute. There we go. Because it's really spicy. Why my trigger didn't come up? Oh, because I turned it off. Maybe that's why. Make sure. Okay.
The following program contains graphic material, including offensive language. Viewer discretion is advised.
You don't have to close your eyes. It's not physically like doing something nasty. You don't have to close your eyes.
You are not the average, and that makes me smile. It's sad to say, it's been a while. I'm not talking about sex. That shit comes easy. What I'm talking about is way more sleazy. I like how we do it when we do it. Because when we fuck, it's like doing pussy push-ups. Ooh, baby, 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 baby. My pussy is exercised in so many ways. Damn, you got me struggling to walk for days. Fuck me until I'm sore, but I'm asking for more. Make me beg and plead with pleasure. Shit, pussy satisfaction beyond measure. Aim for the bottom, give it all to me. I was blind, now I see exactly what a good dick be. Who needs Kegels when I got you? Pussy push-ups is all I need to do. Ooh, baby, 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 baby. My pussy is exercised in so many ways. Damn, you got me struggling to walk for days. Fuck me until I'm sore, but I'm asking for more. Make me beg and plead with pleasure. Shit, pussy satisfaction. God damn, pussy satisfaction beyond measure. I did the rewind because y'all missed it. But that's okay. God damn. Aim for the bottom. Give it all to me. I was blind, now I see exactly what a good dick be. Who needs Kegels when I got you? Pussy push-ups is all I need to do. Grab my hair, suck these nipples, shit. Let's make these fucking sheets ripple. Use your finger and your tongue. Make this pussy wet until I come. You got me shaking and squirming and running. Yes, I'm sore, but guess what? I want an encore. Fold me over. I'm so hot. Let me see how many dick squats you got. And them kisses, them kisses all over got me singing my neck, my back, kiss my pussy and my Lord. When we're together, it's a love fuck affair. The perfect combination of loving and fucking anywhere. Unfortunately, our time together has to come to an end, but not before one last taste, one last bend. Oh, what a wonderful journey this has been. You have set my expectation for men. Now when I meet a man and he look at me like, what's up? All I want to know is, can you make this pussy push up? Oh, baby, 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 baby. Poem.
That's from those 20 shots. Hey, hey, 662, welcome in. You came in just at the beginning of the poem. Welcome in. Look, 662 came in throwing holy water right away. Too funny. Yeah, that kept coming up on my Instagram feed. And I said, you know what? Let me just show this to them tonight. Since it keep coming up on my Instagram feed. Who is acting up? I'm behaving. I am behaving. I'm not acting up. I have a halo. I just shared a video. Since there's no nasty stuff in the book tonight, I thought I would share the video. I'm just saying, we could go, we could go back to watching KJ dance. That's rock slide, not mine. I didn't say I was all innocent. I just said I'm an angel. There's a difference. All right, chapter 14 belongs to Jacob. And Jacob is going back to Miami. I kept thinking about how much fun I had with Monty Jr. and Montana. I hadn't laughed that much in a long time. I also thought about the way Destiny smiled the other night when I carried her to her bedroom and put on her pajamas. Her pretty brown face looked so peaceful and happy. I couldn't wait until the day I could make things official between us. I hoped I would be able to keep her happy for a long time. I was on my jet headed back to Miami after receiving a call from Brian in the acquisition department. He informed me that the $22 million bid we sent in had been green-lighted by the Department of Defense. I had no doubt that we would be awarded the contract and would execute it with top-notch ability. I had a team of A1 vice presidents that could handle it. But I was popping into the office to get the ball rolling. I also got my hands dirty when we had projects over 10 million in capital. This project had to go off without a hitch. Rock, behave. I called Destiny and told her I would be gone for at least a week. She wasn't happy about that, but she understood and wished me luck. I plan to have a couple board meetings about the while Delaware office opening while I was in Miami. Y'all, do y'all think something gonna pop off while here in Miami? Because you know that's where Justine is at. Justine is still in Miami. Good morning, Mr. Baker. Two of my staff members said as I walked through Turner Enterprises, reminding me how much I loved being the center of attention. Miami was where it all began. I was proud to be at the helm of my family business. I came from a long lineage of men who garnered the respect I was receiving. I stepped right into the shoes they left me and worked hard to fill them. What do you think gonna happen, Rock? What do you think's gonna happen? Good morning, I said to Jaleesa Jeffers, my vice president of operations. Is who drinking corn whiskey? Justine gonna rape him? Oh my goodness. Okay, Rock. Okay. I don't. Why would I be drinking corn whiskey? I'm drinking water. I haven't ate, so I'm drinking water. So no wine for me over it because I haven't ate. Good morning, sir, and welcome back to Miami. Are we still on for the meeting at 9? Yes, and be sure you have all the estimates for the DoD and a draft of this month's financials available. Ask Tom to bring whatever figures you don't have available. He was working on them for me, I said. Yes, sir. I'll see you in a few, Jaleesa said as she walked away briskly toward her office. Howdy, Wanda, I addressed my longtime secretary. She was wearing a purple jacket with matching pants and shoes. Her hair was in a bun with a purple ribbon tied around it. I hired her because she brightened up the place when she came for an interview 10 years ago. Why, good morning, Mr. Baker. I left some notes for you on your desk. Since you were planning to come in today, I didn't email them to you. I hope that's okay. You just checking too much? Yeah, y'all know I don't drink every day. Plus, like I said, I hadn't ate. So, therefore, no drinking tonight. I gotta eat. That's perfectly fine. Thanks, I said as I unlocked my office and went in. After turning on the light, I walked to my desk and sat down. There were indeed quite a few notes on my desk. Justine's name kept standing out. I had at least 3 messages over the past 30 minutes saying for me to call her when I got into the office. She had called me so much that I was about to block her number on my cell phone. I ignored any messages Wanda forwarded about her. However, I wondered how she knew I would be in the office this morning. Wanda? I buzzed my secretary. Yes, sir, she cheerfully answered. How did Justine know I would be here today? She called and asked for you early this morning, and I told her you would be in later. I looked at my watch. It was only 8:30. And what time did she call? 8 a.m. on the dot. She paused. Actually, sir, she calls every morning at 8 a.m. to see if you're here. Okay. I hung up the phone and sighed. Not only was she blowing up my cell, she'll also call in my office every morning. It wasn't that I didn't want to talk to my friend. I wanted our old friendship back, but she only wanted to talk about us getting back together as a couple. I didn't want it to I didn't want I didn't know what it was going to take to get through her head that it was over. 662. It's over. It's over. That's all she has to say is it's that's all he gotta say. It's over. Block her. File a restraining order. You know, some people you can't be friends with after you break up with them. It's impossible. You have to literally give them the cold shoulder. And that's what he'll understand. He gonna have to give her the cold shoulder. I went to my meeting at 9, and by 11 we were done. My team had handled everything to the letter. It felt good knowing that I could count on them in my absence. As I was walking out of the bedroom, I saw Justine approaching. Here she go. Rock, here go your book girlfriend. Your book girlfriend showing up. Jacob, she said, sounding frantic. You can't get rid of a few of your exes. Yes, you can, girl. You just gotta know how to do it. Trust me. Trust me, I had to do it. You shouldn't have put that good on them like that. Over it. Now they hooked and don't want to let you go. Jacob, I've missed you so much. I patted her back as she hugged me. My BP team looked on for a short time and then walked away to give me privacy. Hi, Justine, I said, pulling away from her. I had to admit she looked good. Her makeup was applied to perfection. Her blonde hair had flowing curls, and her eyes were beautiful as the sky on a sunny day. She was toned and tight. I didn't see one flaw in her appearance, and she smelled good. What are you doing here? I asked. Jacob, we need to talk, she said, sounding somber. I'm kind of in the middle of something. Can I call and talk about it later? No, I've been calling you for a month and you haven't answered. I don't like the way you're treating our relationship. We need to talk about it now, she said through a quivering voice. I noticed Wanda looking up from her computer. A few other workers were also paying close attention to our exchange. Let's go into my office. I walked into my office with her following close behind. I closed the door behind us. Justine, you can't come into my business acting like this. I don't know what else to tell you. That's what she acting like. You know who she remind me of? She remind me of that character in that in the movie Obsessed.
Lord have mercy.
KJ. She reminds me of the lady in the movie Obsessed, that Beyonce plays in, where the lady is obsessed with her husband. That's what Justine reminds me of. Rock, you trying to write your own book? Rock is a mess. a mess. Tell me that you're still in love with me the way that I'm in love with you. She grabbed my hand and held it close to her face. I can't do that, I said, pulling my hand away. Why? Why can't you, Jacob? Why can't you tell me that you love me? Because. I ran my hand over my beard, thinking about whether I wanted to answer her question. It's not that I don't love you, because I do. We are friends and have been for years. I do love you for that. But after being with Destiny, I'm sure that I was never in love with you. Jacob, what are you saying? She said, standing eye to eye with me. I'm saying that I love you as a friend, but I'm not in love with you. I have a new woman in my life, and I want you to respect that. Respect that, Rock. Respect that, KJ. Respect that, 662. Respect that, Mike B. Let me know when you're ready, KJ. Now, this is going too far, Jacob. I allowed you time to go have your little jungle fever, but you can't be serious with about this nigger. Yeah. Woo. Justine said, peering into my eyes as if she were the one in shock. Hey, Charmaine. Welcome in, love. Good to see you. I closed the space between her. When you called her a bitch, I overlooked it. But don't you ever come out of your stupid ass mouth with anything like that about her. Furthermore, get your ass out of my office, I spat. She's a nigger and a bitch, and you need to get used to hearing the truth. I mean, you're a fucking billionaire, and you want to run off to the hood and settle down with the first black bitch you see? She said before I pulled her toward the door. Get the fuck out of here and don't ever come back, Justine. I continued to pull her toward the door by her arm when she refused to leave. This is not the end of this, she said, holding her arm and grimacing in pain. Oh, this is the end, Justine. Jacob, we can get past this. All you have to do is try. I don't think I can get past this, I said, disappointed in the person standing before me. I thought I knew you, but I don't even associate with people that would say the things you said today. I don't want to ever see you again, I said, not believing that our friendship had come to this. Fine, she said, turning to rush out of the door. I went to my desk and sat down in my chair before reaching for the bottle of scotch that I kept in my bottom drawer. I didn't bother getting the glass. I drank it straight from the bottle. Sir, is everything okay? Wanda peeked in to ask after Justine stormed past her desk. Everything is fine, now that she is gone. If Justine calls up here again, do not give her any information about me. And make sure security knows that she's not allowed on the property anymore. Yes, sir, Wanda said as she went to her desk, leaving me to try to figure out the mess that had become our friendship. Interesting. What do you guys have to say about Miss Justine at this point in life? What do you guys have to say? What in the world? I'm sorry. My phone is blowing up with text messages. um, but yeah, right? It might be no words. She is off the charts. I mean, Right, Rock? You think Rock likes her over it? I hope Rock don't like her. Because she's kind of cray cray. She's kind of crazy. I'm just saying. KJ. Well. Well, we're going to go ahead and run through chapter 15. I was just saying if you was ready, sir. But I'll run through chapter 15. It's a short one. Destiny is the narrator again. No problem. Take your time. And it's titled Sunday Surprise. The next Sunday, I got up and got ready for church. I wish the kids were home to go to church with me, but their dad had taken them since he had to cut his last weekend short. Jacob had to go to Miami to handle some business. He had been gone since Monday, and we hadn't talked much. I knew he had a lot of work, but after the first full day passed without a call, my mind told me that he was with Justine. I hoped going to church would clear those negative thoughts. I got to church and parked in the crowded lot. I saw so many couples when I walked in. As I shook the pastor's hand and entered the sanctuary, my eyes went to the back pew where Jacob was standing and staring at me. My jaw dropped slightly. I was definitely not expecting to see him. I walked up to him and cocked my head. What are you doing here? Hey, sweet 1973. Welcome in, love. Can't a guy attend the church service without being questioned? I smiled. I guess you can, I said. I was excited that he was there and knew that his coming on his own was a step that I was hoping he would take. I turned away from him and felt him suddenly slip his hand into mine. He squeezed my hand, causing me to perk up. The thought of him being with Justine while in Miami still invaded my mind. The pastor began the service, and we read along with the scripture and sang along with the hymns. It felt like we were an actual family, and the only thing missing was my two kids. The message was about trusting the word of God. I had to work hard on that. I thought I knew what God was telling me to do, but after Jacob's week away in Miami, I was unsure. When the service was over, we casually walked out of the church. Want to go grab a bite to eat? He asked. I would like that. Great. We can take my car, then I'll bring you back. I nodded. That would be fine. We rode to the restaurant in comfortable silence. He pulled into the parking lot of Tazi's, and I glanced at him. A smile was playing on his lips. I figured this is as good as a place as any to go. Ever been? He asked, shooting me a teasing grin. I nodded. Once or twice. He opened the door, and we headed into the restaurant. He got us a table, and then we took our seats. We had been there enough that neither of us needed to look at a menu. We placed our orders, and the waiter left. I glanced around the restaurant, taking in the familiar scenery, but before turning back to face him. His eyes were focused on me. I didn't mean to act so surprised with seeing you in church. It was good to see you there. All right, no problem. We're getting ready to head to KJ in a little bit. Thank you, Jazzy. I got your message too, Jazzy. I told you that I'm wherever you are. I wanted you to see that I'm all in, and this was just another step. I appreciated the initiative. That alone went a long way. Bringing me to Tabby's, is that also to show me that you're all in? I asked. Well, that and the fact that someone hooked me on the 3-layer chocolate mousse cake. All right, KJ, give me like 2 minutes. I'll be there. All right, still got you. I said, tapping my finger on his lip. Is this someone I know? Just some woman I met who introduced me to 2 mouth-watering chocolate desserts in one day. Well, if she must, some. All right, so she must be some kind of woman, I replied. She's scrumptious. We laughed together. The food came, we ate it, never missing a beat in the conversation. After we ate lunch, we splurged and got the chocolate mousse cake for old time's sake. He paid for the meal and we left. This time, as we drove heading back to my car, the conversation was light until Justine interrupted by calling. Hey Fresh, welcome in, love. Good to see you. Great sets today, Fresh and Steel. It's her, he said after looking at the caller ID. She's been calling me nonstop since I saw her in Miami, Jacob said, looking at me as if he wanted me to advise him on how to handle her. Wait a minute, you saw her when you went back into Miami this week? Yeah, she came to the office and we talked. I told her it was over, but she was insistent that we work things out, he said, shaking his head. When I told her that the only woman I want is you, she went off the deep end. How did she know you were going to be in Miami? I asked, wondering if Jacob was telling the whole truth. She called up there and my secretary told her. Did you check your secretary about that? I asked. Justine's persistence made me feel some kind of way. They had history that I could never make up with him. I felt like I was getting ready to lose my best friend, and I wasn't prepared for that. You're welcome. And you're welcome. Yes, I have everything handled. Don't worry about it, Destiny. So why is she still calling you, though, Jacob? I asked, sounding more pissed than I wanted to sound. I haven't been answering to find out. I wish we could have our old friendship back, but she wants more. I wish we had never crossed that line. I hate to change my number, but I may have to, he said as he parked his car at the church. He got out and rushed around and opened the door for me. Thanks for lunch, I spoke, feeling a pit in my stomach as I exited his car. But Jacob, I'm not going to deal with any more mess with Justine. If you ever choose her over me again, we're done. I heard him call my name as I walked away to my car. Destiny, wait. I turned around to find him heading over to me. He ran his finger under my jaw and remained in the position, eyes locked on mine. When we go out and have fun like we just did, it's just so perfect. I don't want you to leave upset with me. In my heart, I'm trying to do the right thing by you. Jacob, before I met you, I have always been an independent woman, and I have never felt that I needed anyone. I will not let my feelings hold me hostage in this relationship, either, just because Justine is playing games. I swallowed hard, pulling from him and getting into my car. Hey, Wakalisha. Welcome in. Oh, wait a minute, over it. Go ahead and get the right message set up. Wait a minute. Over it. Who you done with? Over it. Destiny. I heard him call out as I drove away. I didn't want to lose him. However, the thought of him kissing Justine again reeled me back in. I didn't want to get too far out in the ocean where I couldn't reach the shore. I had to give some thought to our future for my kids and myself. So that was the end of that chapter, you guys. So the next time we read, we're going to pick up on chapter 16 with Destiny being our narrator again in Breathless. Y'all are crazy. Please make sure you guys copy the raid message. We're about to head out to KJ. So after KJ, we got 662 and Rock, and more than likely CCAP. I'm not sure. I hadn't heard from CCAP today. So make sure you guys copy the raid message. Thank you guys for hanging out with me tonight. I appreciate you. And we're headed out to party. We're headed out to a party. Thank you guys. Bye. Yes, Charmaine. See you on the other side. Thank you, Rock. Thank you, Wakalisha.